Hello guys, I hope you're doing well. In this video, I wanna talk about the trigonometric ratios table. You need to memorize this table. In this table, we're going to write the trigonometric ratios for the common angles. Sine, cosine, tangent and cotangent. Of course, I'll show you how to memorize this table. The common angles that are often used in problems are 0, pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. So sine of 0 is 0, cosine of 0 is 1, tangent of 0 is equal sine of 0 divided by cosine of 0 is equal 0, and cotangent of 0 is equal cosine of 0 divided by sine of 0 is equal undefined. Some books write infinity, but the correct term is undefined. I'll write the infinity symbol here. In this table, wherever I write this symbol, it means undefined. Okay? Remember that cotangent is also the reciprocal of tangent. So, wherever tangent theta is equal 0, so cotangent theta is undefined. And wherever tangent theta is undefined, so cotangent theta is equal 0. Now let's move on pi over 6. Sine of pi over 6 is equal 1/2. And cosine of pi over 6 is the square root of 3 over 2. Tangent of pi over 6 is equal sine of pi over 6 divided by cosine of pi over 6 is equal 1 over the square root of 3 or the square root of 3 over 3. And cotangent of pi over 6 is equal the square root of 3. Let's move on pi over 4. The sine of pi over 4 is equal the square root of 2 divided by 2. And cosine of pi over 4 is equal the square root of 2 over 2. So, sine of pi over 4 is equal cosine of pi over 4. So, tangent of pi over 4 is equal 1 and cotangent of pi over 4 is equal 1. Pi over 3. Sine of pi over 3 is equal cosine of pi over 6 because pi over 6 plus pi over 3 is equal pi over 2. So, sine of pi over 3 is equal cosine of pi over 6, and sine of pi over 6 is equal cosine of pi over 3. And tangent of pi over 3 is equal cotangent of pi over 6, and cotangent of pi over 6 is equal tangent of pi over 3. So we have sine of pi over 3 is equal cosine of pi over 6 is equal the square root of 3 over 2. And cosine of pi over 3 is equal sine of pi over 6 is equal 1/2. And so tangent of pi over 3 is equal cotangent of pi over 6, the square root of 3, and cotangent is also the reciprocal of tangent is equal the square root of 3 over 3. Let's move on pi over 2. The sine of pi over 2 is equal 1 and cosine of pi over 2 is equal 0. Tangent of pi over 2 is equal the sine of pi over 2 divided by the cosine of pi over 2 is equal undefined, and cotangent of pi over 2 is equal 1. Pi, sine of pi is equal 0 and cosine of pi is equal minus 1. Tangent pi is equal sine of pi divided by cosine of pi is equal 0, and cotangent of pi is equal undefined. 3 pi over 2. Sine of 3 pi over 2 is equal minus 1 and cosine of 3 pi over 2 is equal 0. Tangent of 3 pi over 2 is undefined and cotangent of 3 pi over 2 is 0. And finally, 2 pi. We know that 0 and 2 pi coincide on the unit circle. So, in terms of trigonometric ratios, they are equal to each other. So, sine of 2 pi's is equal 0. Cosine of 2 pi is equal 1. Tangent of 2 pi is equal 0. And cotangent of 2 pi is undefined.